My name's Erin Winkles, and I'm a third-year law school student at UCL. I've done previous degrees in the past, but I've always been at the bottom of my class. I was diagnosed dyslexic, and this made sense because taking notes has always been very difficult for me. Since using Dragon, my life has completely changed. I'm number one in my class, and I think the reason for this is Dragon. I can take a book, read it into the computer, and it will take the notes for me. It's 99% accurate at least, and if there's a word that it misses, the nice thing about it is that you can train it, and training it takes less than 30 seconds. A lot of law words are very difficult to understand, and Dragon, once it learns what I want it to learn, I can use those words again and again, and it always picks them up. Dragon has made studying, it's cut the time in half for me. A book that would take 6 weeks before will take me 2 or 3 days now. And with law, I have tons of books to read every single week. The nice thing about it as well, one of my favorite things, is because I can use a wireless headset, I can go into another room and I can read what I want into the computer or say what I want into the computer. I do my essays on it. And being dyslexic, I spell things wrong, and a lot of times programs won't pick up the words that I'm typing into them. But the nice thing about Dragon is that it'll pick up the words because it's trained to my voice, my individual voice. It really makes things go a lot quicker, but it also makes you able to put your thoughts down in a more coherent way. So it gives you the flexibility of being able to come up with an idea in your mind, and instead of having to run back to the computer, you can just say it into the headset and it's already there for you. I think Dragon's wonderful. It's helped me to reach the top of the class.
So my name is Neil. I work at a research think tank in the centre of London, and I've worked there for several years, and for a long time I was starting to experience the onset of RSI, particularly in my right arm and shoulder. So I spoke to my work about whether there was anything they could do for me with ergonomical equipment, and that's when they suggested Dragon for the first time. The big difference obviously was it had on my quality of lifestyle. You know, I was able to work faster and quicker at work on the computer because it's faster than typing. I wasn't in chronic pain anymore, so I could spend time with my kids without it being an issue. It didn't matter if I had to work long hours, and it was really it was a huge lifesaver. I mean, it revolutionised my lifestyle basically. You can connect your iPhone to your computer and use it as a microphone, so you no longer have to use the headset, which is a massive boost. I never realised that it was going to be a replacement for my mouse, that I can actually, I can set grids on the screen, I can use it to pinpoint and open individual documents on my desktop, I can surf the internet on it, do Google searches. I mean, it's incredible really, the idea that you can just sit there in front of your computer and not have to use a mouse or a keyboard. I mean, it's really revolutionary, it's amazing. If anyone's having any problems with RSI, or if anyone just wants to work quickly and accurately without the burden of a keyboard and a mouse, then I just say, go and see Dragon.
My name is Roger. When I worked full-time, I had a secretary, and either I would dictate letters to her or I'd write them in longhand and she'd type them for me. When I retired, I had to learn, first of all, how to use a computer, and then I finally got to the stage of using 2 fingers to type, but that was as far as I got. And I was talking to some friends of mine, and they said, "Have you tried Dragon?" And I said, "What's Dragon?" And they explained to me this computer program, and my children shortly after asked me what I'd like for my birthday, and I thought this would be an ideal present. So they bought me Dragon, and I set it up. First thing I had to do was to prepare for a slide presentation that I was to give shortly afterwards. And there were about 100 slides, so there was quite a lot of dialogue. And I thought, Dragon is the thing that I will use to prepare this talk. And I was amazed at how effortless it was. In fact, it was almost relaxing to be able to sit there, look at each slide, talk about it, and lo and behold, it was there on the screen, and I just had to press print at the end, and I had it as a hard copy. And furthermore, my partner, who I think she wouldn't mind me saying, is not very IT literate, gives me things in longhand, which I now type using Dragon. So Dragon has become my secretary,